The Honduras Investor Visa is an underlooked path to residency in Central America. So for anyone looking to invest and live and create a base or a plan B in Central America, the Honduras Investor Visa is one not to be overlooked. If you're considering making the move to Honduras or simply curious about investment opportunities and maybe a Plan B back pocket residency, this video is for you. Let's explore how you can turn your investment into a pathway to residency and potentially citizenship in this beautiful country. So first things first, what exactly is the Honduras Investor Visa? This visa is designed for foreigners who want to invest in Honduras, allowing them to live and work in the country while also offering the potential for a residency and eventually citizenship. This visa is particularly appealing because Honduras has been actively encouraging foreign investment to stimulate the economy. With its breathtaking landscapes, rich culture, and strategic location, it's becoming a popular choice for investors. One quick flight from Miami or Panama and you're there. Good scuba diving, and not a bad place to do a couple days a year in order to keep the residency active. We'll get to that in a minute. So now that we know what the investor visa is, let's look at the eligibility requirements. So here are the key points. Number one, the minimum investment amount to qualify is $25,000 in a business, property, or government-approved project in Honduras. Okay? The investment can be in various sectors, including tourism, agriculture, or manufacturing. Or what a lot of people do is instead of $25,000 in an active business, they do $50,000 in a bank deposit. And that's good enough as well. So just put $50,000 in the bank, basically, and you're going to get a Honduras residency visa. Okay? If you are starting a business, you'll need to register it with the Honduran government. This involves creating a legal entity, such as an LLC or corporation, and getting the necessary permits and licenses. For that reason, we typically recommend people just to do the bank deposit, unless you actually see yourself investing in a business anyway. Maybe it's an Airbnb business or who knows. If you're doing a business anyway, cool, amazing, you can get residency along with that. Or if you just want to get the residency the easiest way possible, then we'd recommend the bank deposit. Okay? So there is this concept of economic activity. Your investment should contribute to the economy, ideally create jobs for local residents, and this is a crucial aspect of the visa approval process as the government aims to promote economic growth, right? So the lawyers will kind of take care of that. They'll kind of write up a good case in terms of the economic activity. So another reason that you really want a lawyer to navigate this process for you. Next, let's talk about proof of funds. So you might be asked to provide documentation providing the source of your investment funds. So this could be bank statements, financial statements, or other relevant documents to demonstrate that your investment is legit. And again, like the lawyers will make that pretty easy, so no big deal. You'll also need a clean criminal record check from your home country or any other countries you've resided in for the past 5 years. You want to get that apostilled as well. And you also may need health insurance that covers you and your dependents while living in Honduras. Okay, so with some of those eligibility requirements out of the way, let's talk about the application process. Number one, gathering all the documentation. We talked a little bit about that before. Proof of funds, background check, health insurance, all that good stuff. Number two, submitting your application. Once you have your documents ready, you can submit your application to the Honduran consulate in your home country or to the National Institute of Migration, the INM, in Honduras. So this is one of the few residencies where you can do it either in your home country or in Honduras. Okay, so you kind of have that option there. Next, you pay the fees. You do the interview. You might have to do an interview at the consulate or, obviously visit some offices in Honduras as part of the process, get everything submitted, and then boom, it's processing. It's typically going to take about 4 to 6 months for the visa to be approved. And during this time, just be patient, stay in touch with the consulate or INM or your lawyers for updates, and it'll get processed eventually. But 4 to 6 months is common for a lot of countries. Costa Rica is kind of slow like that. Dominican Republic is kind of slow like that. So some countries are faster, some are slower. Honduras is kind of on the slower end. Now, let's talk about the benefits of the Honduras investor visa. Well, number one is going to be residency and work authorization. The investor visa grants you legal residency in Honduras and allows you to live and work without restrictions. That means you can start businesses, you can do banking. Honduras is a territorial tax country, so that means you can, eventually become a fiscal tax resident if you want to as well, and that can put you on the path to having a zero tax setup. Another benefit is family inclusion. You can include your spouse and dependent children in your application, and they'll get all the same residency benefits. Another big benefit is the pathway to citizenship. So after living in Honduras for a certain period, typically 3 years as a resident, you may apply for citizenship, which comes, of course, with additional benefits, including, that coveted Honduran passport, which is also part of the CA4 community, which would eventually give you mobility and residency rights in the other CA4 countries of Guatemala, Nicaragua, and El Salvador. Okay? You'll get access as well to healthcare and education as a resident. You'll get access to business opportunities and the cultural experience as well. So now let's get into some common questions. Can you apply for the investor visa if you're not a business owner? Yes, you can still qualify for the investor visa by making a personal investment or real estate, government-approved projects, or making a bank deposit. Another common question is, do you need to speak Spanish? And that is not a requirement. You do not need to speak Spanish to get residency. Another common question is there a minimum stay requirement? As an investor visa holder, there is no minimum stay requirements, or some people say 1 day a year to keep your residency active. You can also sometimes get permission to extend that to being longer than a year, but what most professionals recommend is 1 day per year. And if you can do 1 day per year for 3 years, then you can apply for citizenship. Okay? So there you have it, a comprehensive overview of the Honduras investor visa. If you're looking for an exciting opportunity to invest and build a life in Central America, or just to get a Plan B residency for you and your family in a nice tropical destination in Central America, this visa could be the perfect fit for you. If you want to learn more about it, if you're down to do it, book a call with us. There's going to be a link in the description where you can book a call with MyLatinLife. We can get the process started for you, evaluate your situation, and put you on a path to getting that residency card in your hands. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because we put out amazing videos about living, working, and thriving abroad every single day on this channel. Okay? Don't want you to miss any videos. And we'll see you in the next one.